Stitches of love we sew. In this online world we come to grow. Mom and Pop Quilt Shop, where hearts align. Let's embrace the craft and let our souls shine.
Hey everyone, welcome to Weekend Project. I'm Laura Lynn of the Mama Pop Quilt Shop Studio, and this is how we're going to shadow a block. Okay. Now you can do this from a panel like I have done with the little baby panel behind me. It was 8 squares. So to section it out, I did a row of 3, a row of 2 with a nice big gap in the center where you can put the baby's name, you can put some applique, you can put a nice foundation paper piece block in there, or some other blocks that you like, and then just another 3 down the other side. So I'm just kind of showcasing it around, and they can feel like put whatever you like in the center, even the family initial or something, right? So a couple of Saturdays ago, we were showing how to trim up a unicorn panel for the squares that we're going to need to be able to shadow box them. Now this was a 9 by 9 square, and I did a 2.5 inch strip down the side and a 2.5 inch strip up, a square up here, and then this was whatever it measured out to be once this piece and then this piece added, right? Now you can do this or that, it's whatever makes you comfortable. It's this whole vision here that makes it stand out, okay, as you can see the one behind me. So unfortunately the VOD got not deleted, but just put to private because our latency was really bad that day, and I probably said I was annoyed probably way too many times, so nobody needs to hear that. So I thought I'd do a nice little example today of actually how we got there. So when I went to go cut the pieces for that, knowing what the measurement I was going to need along the bottom here, I went and cut that just shy of the square that I wanted to use for the outside. Like the one behind me, I've been using 2 inches. This piece I was using 2.5 inches, right? It all depends on how big you want the shadow box, right? So I went and cut the strip that I needed, and then another strip and just sewed it on top, and then just sectioned out which one I needed for all the little squares, okay? And that's how I got to here. So there was one section for here, and then another section for there, okay? So if you've got lots to do, you might as well do it that way, especially if you got the fabric. So now when it comes to these guys here, now this was a pan, like I said, I was only 8 pieces on it. There may have been more in it, I don't know. It was just kind of a remnant. It is a napped, I'm sure it says something before the nap time, but it's a design 15365 Darlene Zimmerman for Robert Kaufman Fabrics, okay? So that's what this little panel piece was. Maybe I can pop an image if there was any more than just like the 8 little blocks. So what we have here is we have 2 cuts, and to get that cut, to make it whether you wanted 2 inches or 2.5 inches, you take your measurement. I went down the long side first. I took my measurement, so I have a 10.5 long ways this way. So I took 10.5, and then I minus 2 inches, because I thought that would be a nice little section for the top there, would be the 2 inches. And then it would look good just like that. And then for the bottom one, it was the same measurement, okay? And then we just minus 2, but then plus to half, okay? And then that gives you the total cut that you're going to need, okay? So if you take the measurement, the whole one here, so this one here was 10.5. So if I minus 2, which gives me 8.5, and then I plus a half, which gives me 9. So that cut was 9 inches, and that is 2. This cut is 9.5 inches, and that is 2. And then that gives it a nice square frame. So we're going to add these to these little 3 here, and then put the little sashings between and the border on the side, and finish this up, okay? So we'll try and change this as much as possible. So let's line up our little grays. Everybody's getting a little square on the end, so it doesn't matter. We can sort out the sizes when we need to. It is a little warm in the quilt shop, so sorry if I get all sweaty. So we'll run all these through by adding the square on the end. now we have all those. Just separate them. A little snip at the side. Okay, and then what we're going to do, we're just going to do a little finger press to the dark. Okay, so just run our little nail right over the seam. It is too warm for the iron. Sorry, I'm not turning it on. Okay, so now we need to add that. You want to make sure that the square that you have is up at the top on your block, and then the other one runs along the bottom. Okay, so that's probably there. Yep. There. There we go. I think this one was the shorter one. There we go. Okay, so we have those three that we're going to add on the sides, and then we will add these ones to the bottom. Okay, so let's do the sides first. And once you get the same color fabric as the background for like you do as for the square, the gray fabric or black fabric or whatever fabric you're using as the shadow, it can be any sort of dark color, dark blue, dark purple, it really doesn't matter. As long as it's just giving it a shadow effect. It's going to look so nice. Okay, and then we'll just do a little finger press. Okay, there's one. And some really cute little blocks. If you want to do smaller, you could have cut the little blue border off that's around them, or the green borders that are all the way around. I kind of liked it and just thought I'd just incorporate it and use part of it as the seam allowance. So it gives it just a little bit of a frame. Okay, I've got one more here. The giraffe. This is so cute. This is probably one of my favorite blocks right here. That and the elephant with the elephant print on it. Like, that's just adorable. And it gives you a chance to use up some of those, you know, block panels that you have, and you're just not sure what to do. Oh, yeah, they would make a great pillow, or maybe I should just, you know, cut them up and frame them and then put them in a table runner, or use them as placemats. Like, those are all great and fantastic ideas. But you could also shadow box them too. Okay, so let's take that back to the table here and give ourselves a little press. And then we will add the side part. Okay, oops, extra friend. Okay, or sorry, the lower part. And then again, on this one here, you want to make sure that it is going in the opposite direction. So it's on the diagonal corner. Okay. Just want to line that up and then stitch on down. Line this on up. I mean, the dog is super cute too. Like, it's got a dog with cats on it, and then this is like a little lamb with flowers. Like, they're all pretty darn cute. I don't know what year those came out in. Maybe I could probably find that out when I go looking, hopefully, for a better image. Because I meant to take one before I actually start cutting it out. Sorry about that. Some family members and some friends of ours. We've got a couple babies happening, so it's some nice, quick, easy little baby quilts for them. You're using up what you have, making something cute for a little one. It could be their very first start to a lifetime of quilts made with love. And then the cut that I used in between the blocks was a 4-inch. I know it's a bit big, but I thought I'd just add a little bit of bulk to the quilt. Make it a little bit bigger. So it's like, it would be like 45, maybe 42-ish by 50. So that's a great size. That's a great crib size, even first bed size. Okay, so let's separate these, and we'll do a little finger press outward here. Just a little there, and you can see how cute that is with just a little, just 2 little bits of fabric on one side, just kind of giving it a little frame. Yeah, I mean that draft, just so cute. Okay, and we've got this one here. Now I had it with 2 greens and a blue because the other side with 3 had 2 blues and a green. So I want to make sure that the puppy is in the center. So when we go to lay it out, it'll be the lamb is on the top, but she also gets a border piece or a sashing piece. So let's put a little pin there so we know that's got to go in there. And then in between the 2, because that's what we have, the green and the blue, we want to make sure we're having another little sashing piece. So we can add that to the top of the puppy. And then we have another little piece in between the puppy and the giraffe. I think I forgot to cut one for the bottom. Oh yeah, it's a good time. Okay. Alright, now we're just going to zip these across. I'm missing one. Just realized that. And then the strip down on either side was 50 inches. So I added the sashings and then just put a nice big strip down the sides. I could have squared it out a little bit more on tops and bottom, but you know, sometimes doing things different is fun. Okay, so we need one more and it needs to go on the bottom of the giraffe. Okay, so let's first add the puppy and the lamb together. Make sure they are going, because this is directional, so we want to make sure that when we sew this, that the puppy is the right side up, okay? It's always easy just to double check. You can just zip over to the machine. Okay, and then we will add giraffe to the bottom of the puppy, and then we need to cut another, I believe it was 11 inch, yes it was, by 4. I only grabbed 3 and I should have had 4. You know, those times when you really think you're all ready to go? Nope. We're never ready to go. That little chunk of fabric that I can take another 4-inch off. Okay. So just give that a little press there. Pop that there. Pin for a moment. And we'll get this to go down the side. And then just do a little press. Try and get to the other side though. And then we add this to the outside because we already have it to the inside where it's going to get added to the middle panel. Make sure our seam allowance is not right side up. Don't want to sew it on wrong. And that's sometimes when it comes to solids, that can be a bit of a hold on a second here. Let's make sure we're all going in the right direction. Okay, let's line it all the way up to the other end. Just pop a few pins in and then we'll sew it. Okay. Make sure this piece fits. So we're just putting the 2 pins in, and then we're going to lay it down. Just kind of give it a little flounce on the table. Just kind of flounce it a little bit. Got a little long there. It's all right. Okay, let's get through. Pins here. Okay, and then we will take this and add it to don't stab the finger, to the piece that's on the wall. Now we have this very beautiful piece right here. Alright, and we're going to add that just to there. And you could pick anything like a color that's in the blocks to use as a background. You don't necessarily have to use white. I could have maybe used a lighter green or something like that. The main part is having a darker tone color to shadow your block, and then that's what makes it kind of stand out. It almost looks like it's a block to play with on the floor, right? Like a little 3-dimension pop to the project. So whether you're doing foundation paper piecing or an applique, or you know, a turned applique, hand turned under applique, you can shadow box it up a little bit. I'm not like boxing, you know. Alright, let's add that. Yeah, we're going to continue. We have actually a 6-hour stream coming on, but this Saturday, it was 2 Saturdays in a row, because Miss Gwenny is hanging out with us, and we're going to try and work on the unicorn project that we have been started, that I did the shadows on originally. So we'll continue working on that and finishing that little girl project. So come join us. If you're not a subscriber to the channel, please do so. If you really like our content, give us a thumbs up. And it really does help. Don't forget to ring that bell and just kind of flounce it up on the table. Last 6-hour stream last Saturday, we did the professional tote bag. It was amazing. Came together so fantastic. I had a blast. We had some great guidance, and I ended up making. We did a Mr. Potato Head bag that day, but I ended up making a Marvin the Martian bag later. It was directional, so I was giving myself some little skill builder there on that one. Okay. All right. Now with just a little press, which I'm not doing because it's too darn hot, you have a really cute baby quilt that you've boxed out. You give it a little shadow to it, gives it a lovely little effect. And it's a good size. Let's see. I know it's 50 long. And it's about 46. Okay, so not bad. Is it 45, 44? I wasn't quite exactly sure. So, or 42, whatever. I knew it was in the 40s. So that's great. What a great way to use a panel. Thank you for joining me today, and we'll see you soon. Okay, take care. Bye.